Welcome back to the Amazing Dinosaurs channel. Today I'm going to show you a ton of dinosaur model figures from my huge dinosaur collection. Let's get started with these brand new dinosaur model figures. This is the Allure Titan. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. All right, here is the Allure Titan. Looks like it stands up on two legs. It's mostly gray in color, but you can see there's a lot of different shading. There's black stripes along the tail. It's got those little spikes along its spine. And most interestingly, it's got this little crown on the top of its head. It's a very interesting looking dinosaur. I don't know that I've seen this one before. This is really cool. Next up of our brand new dinosaur figures is the Chenzosaurus. Let's open it up. All right, here is the Chenzosaurus. And this one also has very interesting coloring. You'll see with a lot of these models that they have pretty intricate painting on them, and the texture is super detailed as well. Look at all that on this dinosaur. But overall, this is a pretty interesting dinosaur. It's like a light tan sides with the brown striping along the top and the sides. It's got the small little arms in the front. And it's got a big face with a long snout and a mouthful of teeth right there. I think this is related to the T-Rex, but I'm not entirely sure. It does kind of look like a T-Rex. And we've actually got one more brand new dinosaur model figure. This is the Tarbosaurus. Wow, this is an interesting looking dinosaur. And this one feels heavier than the other models that we just opened up. Look at the size of its torso and belly. That is a humongous dinosaur. This one is mostly gray with a little bit of tan and a lighter color along the belly as well. And it's got even smaller arms up front, but I really love the detailing all over its body. You can see the wrinkles in its skin. You can see all the little texture of its skin everywhere. That is super cool. And you can open up its mouth too, to see all those teeth. Up next, we've got a mighty Therizinosaurus with super bright coloring. Look at that bright red from the tip of its tail all the way up to its head. It's even got some feathers right there too. And of course, the massive claws that it uses for slashing. And this model, the arms actually move, so it's a little more adjustable than the other figures. Plus, you can open and close the mouth as well. Right up front, we've got an awesome looking Indominus Rex. Look at how menacing this dinosaur looks. This is, overall it's gray, but of course you can see all that detail in the shading, and just like slightly different colors. It's really cool, and of course all the texture. You can see all the little spikes along its back and on the top of its head. And with this model, the arms and legs don't move, but you can, of course, open and close the mouth. I believe, and I'm not entirely sure, it's hard to tell with some of these models, but I believe that this is a Giganotosaurus. And this is a huge dinosaur. This is mostly brown with black right along the top of its body, and you can see the spikes that line its spine as well. That is super cool. And of course, you can open the mouth to see all the teeth inside as well. Next dinosaur. This one looks like a T-Rex, but it is super bright. It is a bright blue with yellow or maybe even gold stripes along its back. And right along its head, it's got a teal color right around its eyes as well. That's super creative and super bright. We've got some big dinosaurs in here. This one, I believe, is a Brachiosaurus, and it is mostly green, a little bit of red on the sides, you can see, and then the tan underbelly. Look at that face, too. This model is more bendy than the other figures, but you can still tell a lot of the detail on its face. Right over here, I believe this is another Brachiosaurus, but this one looks way more muscular. Look at the detail in its skin and all those bumps. That's super cool. I'd say this is kind of like a dark blue-green color mostly. And then you've got the darker shading. You can see the ribs right there. And on its face as well. This one is much more detailed than the last one we saw. But this figure is a lot heavier and it's not bendable at all. So this one's a lot more sturdy and heavy duty. One of my favorite dinosaurs of the ocean. This looks like a Mosasaurus, and look at all those spikes along its back. That is super scary looking. It's got the lighter underbelly with a dark gray blue coloring along most of the top, and all those spikes are they're like a red-orange color. Next up, we've got another long-necked dinosaur. I'm not sure what species this is. It kind of looks like an Apothesaurus, but I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to tell with some of these model figures. But check out the coloring on this. It's got the light brown stripes along its back, a mostly gray body, and then the tan underbelly. That is super cool. Right over here, we've got the mighty Spinosaurus. Check this out. This Spinosaurus is mostly dark. It's almost black, but of course it's got the red ridged spine. That is super cool. And I love the attention to detail on these teeth. They look like yellow, kind of, like they're worn, which is really cool. Here is a T-Rex. Check this out. Look at that awesome coloring. This is so cool. That's why I love these models, because the coloring is just so detailed. All that shading, all the attention to the bumps and ridges in their skin. This dinosaur is super cool. Back here, we've got what I think might be a Parasaurolophus. This dinosaur has the light underbelly as usual, and then a darker brown on the side, and then right along its tail, it has those dark brown stripes that actually go all the way along its spine up to its neck. And look at the brightest spot on its body. It's right along right there, that bright yellow right behind its neck. Up next, we've got a predator. This looks kind of like an Allosaurus. I can't tell for sure, but look at this interesting coloring. It's got the white underbelly that goes up its tail and a little bit in its legs. And then on the top, it's a darker green color, and it's even got a little bit of red right on the top of its head. That is so cool. Let's keep digging. Oh, this is an interesting looking dinosaur. It's got all sorts of colors on it. This looks kind of like a Sinoceratops, I think, but I can't be sure. But check it out. It's got white, it's got green, it's got brown, and it's got bright red right in the front. And look at all those horns too. Over here, we've got what looks like a Dimetrodon. And this one is a bright orange color over most of its body. And along the spine, you can see that that's pretty cool with the pattern that they've got going on there. And of course, you can open and close its mouth. And once again, look at all that detail with the texturing of its skin. How cool is that? Up next, we've got another awesome looking T-Rex. This one is an orange, or it's like a dark red color along most of its body, but you can tell it has that black detailing all over its body too. And look at this T-Rex's face and all those teeth in its mouth. That is so many. And they painted each and every one. Look at that. That is so cool. Right over here, we've got one that I'm actually not familiar with. Comment below if you know what dinosaur this is. This dinosaur has some pretty normal coloring with the white underbelly. It's got the brown side with the black specks and then the black top, but it does have this little red thing right on the top of its head. That's really cool. And it's got those black stripes right on its face too. How interesting. Up next, we've got another massive Spinosaurus. This one is more lightly colored. It's got the light underbelly and it has the gray sides. You'll notice that the spine does not have the red ridge. You can see there's a green stripe right along it though, which is really interesting. Let's check out those teeth. Oh, that is awesome. Look at those yellow eyes too. How scary is that? Over here we've got a smaller dinosaur, but this one is brightly colored. It's green, just like the jungle. And I think it might be an Allosaurus. I can't tell. Let me know if you know in the comments. But it has those 3 ridges right on the top of its head. Let me know if you can figure out what dinosaur that is. And it also has those 3 ridges that go all the way down its back. And it's got some large legs and some pretty large front legs too. and a mouthful of huge teeth. Here is another Brachiosaurus. This Brachiosaurus is a dark red or brown color, but you can see that there's green stripes all along its body, all the way up to its head. And this dinosaur is also a bit bendy as well. All right, check this one out. This looks like a Triceratops because of the 3 horns in the front. So I'm pretty sure it's a Triceratops. And it's got that red all along its back right up to the front as well. That is really cool. And the rest of the dinosaur is a light brown color. Here's one that we're all familiar with. This is a Stegosaurus. Look at those massive spikes on its tail. And this one is a bright yellow color with black spots all over its body. Oh, right over here is a different looking dinosaur. It looks kind of like the Stegosaurus, but you'll notice it has these spikes on the side. This makes me think that it's a Kentrosaurus because of those 2 spikes. But this one has some pretty fun coloring. It's all green, but just different shades of green. It's got the bright green, it's got a little bit darker green, and then the darkest green right along the top right there. That is so cool. Ooh, right here we've got a giant water dinosaur. I'm actually not sure what type of dinosaur this is, but it looks massive, doesn't it? Look at that tan and green striping all along its body, and look at these fins and this massive tail. I definitely do not want to run into this dinosaur in the ocean. All right, here we've got another T-Rex. This one is brown with stripes, and it's got a huge head with tons of teeth in its mouth. Look at that. That is so cool. It's got the tiny arms up front and the big legs and the huge tail. Let's keep digging. Let's go. All right. So we've got another dinosaur here that's brightly colored, super bright green with red detailing, and even a little bit of purple. Now, this is not a Triceratops, but it definitely looks related to the Triceratops. So let me know in the comments if you know what type of dinosaur this is. And this dinosaur here, I am not sure what this is either. It looks like, I don't know, a little bit of a Herrerasaurus, but I don't think Herrerasauruses walk on all 4s. But check out that black detailing along the side of its body and those little spikes all along the top of its body down to its tail. That is super cool. Up next, we've got some more scary looking predators. This, I think, looks like a T-Rex. It's brown in the coloring, not too much detail on its body actually, but you can see some battle damage right there. I think that's pretty cool. I actually haven't seen that many other models that have battle damage on them. This dinosaur, I'm not entirely sure again. I think this might be an Allosaurus maybe. I don't think it's a Ceratosaurus, but let me know in the comments if you recognize this dinosaur. And look at this coloring too. It's got the bright red all along the spikes on the top of its back, and then it's got these black spots all over its body. Kind of reminds me of a leopard, really. It's kind of funny. All right, we've got our first Velociraptor of the bin. This one is brightly colored with green all over its body and the red spots on its back and sides. And it's even got a little bit of feathers, I think, on its arms, which is super interesting. This next dinosaur that I grabbed, I think, is a Pteranodon. It's got the tan wings and then the darker body. And this last dinosaur that I grabbed just now looks like a T-Rex to me, or a close relative of the T-Rex. It's got those big old teeth, stands up on 2 legs, and the short arms in the front. Right over here, we've got a dinosaur that looks like a Sauropelta because of those 2 spikes right on the side of its body. This dinosaur is a light brown color except for those spikes all along its tail and sides, and then the spikes in the front are actually white and black. And this other dinosaur that I just grabbed is the Great Carnotaurus. This is one of my favorite dinosaurs. This one is like a yellow-green color along its body, and you can see that there's a little bit of dark red or like brown right along the top. And look at all those spikes on its body. And of course, those 2 horns right up front. Here is, I think, another Spinosaurus, but this one looks totally different. You can see that it's posed differently, but it's still got that huge spine on its back. This one looks like it's actually in the middle of swimming, which I think is really cool to have in a pose. And we've got some more Velociraptors. This one is black and white, and once again you can see a little bit of feathers on their arms, which is really cool. And this other Velociraptor here is like a dark green and it has a little bit of darker brown detailing along its back. All right, this is an Endo Raptor, and this is colored totally different than what you see in the Jurassic World movies. You can see a little bit of orange with black stripes right there. The rest of its body is a dark green, and all these spikes along its body you can see are a dark red color. And the face is the scariest of all. Look at that bright red eye. Just a few dinosaurs left. Here is what looks like a Pachycephalosaurus. It's interesting, it's got spikes along at the side of its body, the top of its body, and right around its super hard head too. The rest of its body, it's got that orange coloring along a lot of it, and then a brighter, it's like a gray-green color as well. All right, here I think is a Gallimimus. It looks pretty ferocious, but it's also a very small dinosaur. You can see that it has a pretty small frame, but I bet it can run pretty fast. And this other dinosaur I grabbed, I can't tell what it is. It might be a Herrerasaurus or something like that. Maybe a Monolophosaurus. But its entire body is covered in feathers, which is really unusual for a lot of my figures. But I think it looks really cool. It's a very unique looking dinosaur. We've got one more Velociraptor. This one is a dark brown color over its entire body, and the only bright things on this figure are its blue eyes, its white teeth, and that red tongue. And the last dinosaur in this dino model collection is another awesome looking Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's got the brown body with the black stripes, and look, you can even see that its eyes are actually gold. That's super cool. Hello and welcome back to the Amazing Dinosaurs channel. I'm super excited to be here with you today. Today we are unboxing this giant bin of dinosaur toys. We've got some new Camp Cretaceous, we've got some new Jurassic World, we've got some King Kong and Godzilla further down in the bin, and so much more. I'm super excited to unbox these with you. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first up, let's go ahead and unbox this Camp Cretaceous figure right here. We got a Scorpio Rex from the Camp Cretaceous. Let's check it out. Wow, so this is a pretty sizable figure, I will say. This is larger than a lot of the ones that we have. All right, so there's two buttons on the top up here. Oh, that's the first one. Check it out. This top button, when you press it, watch what happens. Let's see. Nice, so his mouth opens up, reveals his teeth, and the sound effect of his roar. Very cool. Let's check out the second button here. So when you press this button, let's see, is that the slashing action? Oh yeah. And it's got a sound effect for that too. That's pretty vicious. Wow, this thing is ginormous. And let's check out the tail too. We've got the tail here with the slashing action too. You wouldn't want to be in the way of that tail. That thing would hurt so much. Wow, all right. You'll want to stay out of the way of this one, that's for sure. All right, let's move on to the next dinosaur. All right, next up, let's do the Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's check it out. All right, yeah, see, this is cool. You don't see this too often. It's a plastic dino throughout most of it, but the tail is rubber, giving it a much more lifelike feel. And it swivels up and down like that. You can already hear those stomp sound effects. Let's hear some more. Very cool. Let's check out this chomping action too. So when you lift them up like this, it locks into place, and then you move the tail upwards, and he comes chomping down. Wow, that's cool. Very cool. And even his neck right here is kind of like rubber too. You can see it kind of like swivels back and forth. Very cool. I'm super excited to add this to our collection. All right, let's move on to the next dinosaur. Okay, let's check out the Camp Cretaceous Tyrannosaurus Rex, Epic Roarin'. All right, here we go. Wow, look at that. And look at that darker stripe along its back, and then the lighter sides. It's got a lighter belly. It's like, I don't know if that's tan or yellow. But let's check out these action moves. So you've got the button on the tail right there. You can already hear the roaring right there. And then the swivel action. So the tail twists back and forth and a little bit up and down. And as you're doing that, it twists the head at the same time. That's really cool, because then it gives it a super realistic look. If you're like playing with the dinos, you don't have to have your hand up here. You can have it way back here, and it looks super realistic. That's really cool. And let's try out the button too. Let's see how the roar looks. Whoa, that's cool. It's got like some shaking action too when you press the button. When it roars, there's like a battery inside that makes the head roar back and forth while it's roaring. Let's try that out again. And even look inside the mouth, like with the teeth and this tongue right there. Look at that, it's like wiggling back and forth, so when it shakes, the tongue shakes too. That's pretty cool. That's an attention to detail that I really appreciate. I definitely am enjoying the swiveling head with the tail. That gives it such a cool look that your hands don't have to be close to the head to make it move. Very cool. Let's check out the next dinosaur. All right, and over here we've got the Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus Rex. Wow, another Tyrannosaurus Rex. We're really on a roll today. All right, let's check it out here. So it's got kind of the same coloring as the other one. You can see the darker top and then the lighter sides, and then the even lighter, like a yellow tan belly and underside. You've got these massive claws once again. So the tail is actually jointed in multiple spots. I bet that's for when you press the button, it really gives it a good swing. Let's try out the tail first. Wow, look at that swing. And it goes all the way to the side and all the way back. It's spring-loaded, so you can just keep doing this all day. No batteries required. Very cool. And let's see that chomp action with its face too. You ready? Here we go. Ooh, okay. Twist to the side. It closes its mouth and rips it off. Wow, that's really cool. That's a gnarly attack. When it's attacking another dinosaur and it's right there, it would grab it and twist it to the side in its attack. That's very vicious. And look at the teeth on this one too. That is a massive set of teeth. Got the yellow eyes. Very cool. I'm liking this one too. All right, let's move on to the next dinosaur. Next up is a smaller dinosaur here. This is the Monolophosaurus. It is a Savage Strike from the Camp Cretaceous series. It's pretty cool. All right, so here it is. This is interesting coloring. Look at that. It's got a lighter gold coloring on the top, and then the green sides and a green bottom. Its legs move. It's got those huge claws, and its arms move too. They're pretty small. And then look at its face. It's got interesting coloring. It's like a mixture of the red and then the yellow that's also on its back as well. Let's check out that chomping action. Here we go with the tail. Very cool. I'm liking that. It's a smaller dinosaur, but I like that it still has an action that you can do with the toy. Very cool. All right, let's move on to the next dinosaur. All right, and our other new dinosaur here, we've got the Diplodocus. Check this out. It's an interesting, like, semi-flexible rubber feeling. The neck is a little bit flexible too. And check out the coloring. You've got this like red-brown, and then you've got these stripes of green all the way up the neck too. Check that out. Then got a little bit of yellow on the underbelly and on the legs as well. This is very cool. There are no moving parts in this one. There's no buttons or anything, but it is somewhat movable. It does have a pretty lifelike feel, I think. Let's check out that face. Oh, it's kind of a cute face, you know? Look at those eyes right there. This is pretty cool. This is I believe it's a pretty massive dinosaur in real life, the actual size. But this is a very cool model of a dinosaur to have. All right, let's go ahead and check out all these other dinosaurs.
awesome! Nice. I've got it! Awesome! Gotcha!
Want to see more dino videos? Click the subscribe button now.